Hello lads, I'm feeling a bit better today. So the calendar doesn't go back in the same order. So today's window was Winter Glow. So I'm using, from Diamond Nail Supplies, I'm using Clarity, Radiance and Brilliance, which are from the Core Acrylic line. I'm also using their monomer and their prep spray. So I'm just getting any dust off of my flexi finger, because you know, like the silicone fingers, they always attract a bit of dust. I'm using, from the Unicorn's Den, Mermaid's Tail Chunky and Space Babe. I like that name, Space Babe. So first I'm going in with my 3D brush and I'm going in with Brilliance, the white. And I could have done this with a bigger brush actually. You're looking at Captain I don't do 3D, but I decided to start challenging myself. So I'm doing things that I don't normally do and that make me uncomfortable. So they won't be as good maybe, but I'm trying. So I'm kind of, it's not a cuff nail, because what I wanted to do is, because the theme is Winter Glow, I wanted to make it almost like a little Christmas card cover. So I just wanted to do a little frame around the top. And after doing it this way, I know I could have made it easier for myself using a bigger brush, but I didn't. So after swatching Diamond Nail Supplies products the other day, obviously today I've spent the day working with them and doing different designs and stuff, and I'm seriously impressed. In fact, I've kept a bit of footage in here because I was actually at my dining room table doing this, and my husband normally moans at me because monomer gives him a headache. Like, he's more sensitive than I am. But I was just sat there doing a design, and he actually didn't realise that I had my monomer jar open right by him. And I kept the footage in because I just feel it's important to show you. Because it's alright for me to just say, oh, the monomer doesn't smell strong and I'm sensitive, but when you actually hear this conversation, it's reality. So there's me fart-arsing around with too many beads when I didn't need to. But hey ho, it came out fine anyway. So sorry about my stumpy nails. I cut them down ready to remove them. I just haven't removed them yet. I've got a jar open right next to you.
I doubt it because I smell it.
No, seriously. You normally moan at me every time I start.
Because it gives me a headache.
Every time I start doing nails, you normally say, "Oh no."
That's because it gives me a headache because this stuff stinks.
Well,
I didn't even know you had anything open. To be fair.
I've got well.
Yeah, I know. I can. You showed me. I can see that. Yeah.
Doesn't stink, does it?
Nope.
There is an aroma, but it just doesn't stink.
You can keep this one.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm not going to get moaned at anymore.
I don't mind you using this stuff, but I tell you, it stinks.
Well,
I don't know how you guys put up with the smell of it.
Some of them make me ill.
Well, that one's alright because that doesn't smell that bad actually.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Isn't that classed as an addiction if you start smoking chemicals?
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. No, but you know what I mean. It's yeah, I'm fine with it. Absolutely fine. You snip it into my life. Okay, now that's set, I'm going in with Radiance, and this is the very beautiful pale cover pink with, it's got like blue shimmer, but you have to really look at it to see it. It's so subtle, but it's stunning. Really beautiful. Now there's a couple of things I've noticed about this system, obviously working with it today. One is my work is neater, so I'm finding that even if I place a really wet bead like here, it stays put. It doesn't move unless I move it, and I've had to do a lot less filing because I seem to just be working better. Now I'm patting into the wet layer the Unicorn's Den Mermaid's Tail glitter, and then I'll go in with a small bead of Clarity Clear Acrylic and dip that into Space Babe and just run that around as well. Yeah, so I feel, I mean, you'll probably see a difference as well in my application. It feels a lot more controlled and just a lot smoother. I didn't get any air bubbles or anything, which was good. And it's actually made me feel more confident. And that's always nice if you work with something and you click with that product and then you feel more confident from using it. That's a good feeling. So I'm really happy with that. So those glitters have gone on there. Absolutely stunning. And then I'm going in with Clarity Clear, place my bead down, and again it just stays put. I work wet, you know I work wet, and it's not going anywhere. It's so controlled. And I don't think and people will go, oh, like I had somebody say, you work so controlled with your beads. It's not me, it's the product. It really is. I'm just letting the product do what it does. But yeah, I didn't even have... I was struggling recently with my application, and I was really questioning what I was doing wrong. Because I was having trouble with air bubbles, and I just felt like I wasn't doing very well. Even that really wet bead is not falling off the nail. But for some reason, this suits me better. I don't know. It's a mystery of chemistry, isn't it? Because I don't know the details, but I'm happy. I'm a happy bunny. I really fell in love with this nail, but I did kind of... I'll show you in a minute. I did try to do some hand painting and it's not the best. I'll be honest. It's not my forte. But I'm all about pushing myself to try and do things that I haven't done before, that I don't normally do. Otherwise, how is it a nail challenge if I'm just going to do 24 days of things that I find easy? That would probably bore you after a while. So, once this acrylic has set up, I'm just going to file my shape. As you can see, there's not really much filing to do, but still, there's always a little bit. So I'm just going to go in and file the shape. And I decided to actually take down the tip and instead of a stiletto, actually have it as a really tight sort of ballerina coffin nail, whichever you choose to call it. So it's got a super tight pinch. I just didn't fancy the whole stiletto thing on this particular design. And that was really quick to file down the shape, so then I'm just going to go around and tidy everything up, take off any bulk. I did it all by hand. I had actually chosen by accident, I don't know how I did it, but I don't think I'd put the right size tip in because it was moving this time and it doesn't normally move. So I think I must have chosen a slightly smaller tip without realising. Sometimes I get them muddled up, like if they've fallen out and I pick them up and just stick them back in the bag. So I'm just I love filing this way around. I don't know why, but to smooth out the surface of the nail and roll my file up around those edges. And I'm just going to clean it off with the prep spray. I love these glitters with the matte effect. I can't help it. I love it. So I'm then going to top coat. After I've just cleaned off some dust off my flex finger, I'm going to top coat with my matte top coat. pop that in my lamp. Actually, no I'm not. I'm using my topper's lamp, aren't I? I thought this was ever so doody, so I was like, oh yes, I am using this today. You know when you get something new. Now, I forgot to film this beginning part. I've just used white gel polish to make it look like it snowed at the bottom, and then I've sprinkled the white acrylic on top. That's all I've done, and then I'll just brush off any excess. Now, please don't laugh at my dismal attempt to draw a white Christmas tree, okay? I used gel polish, not gel paint. I know I need to get some gel paints, but I don't have any, so I just used what I had, and that is gel polish. And I'm just drawn a white Christmas tree. You know, sometimes you see the cute cards with the white sparkly Christmas tree. That's what I'm looking at trying to do here. And it's, sorry if you can hear my dog's paws tick, 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 on the floor. And it's not the best. It's not my forte, this kind of thing. But this was what the theme had. That was the picture that was in my head, so I just had to kind of try and recreate it. Hello, snuffly dog. He's come to see what Mummy's doing. Alright, Milo. So I'm just doing the little branches going up the tree. I always put the polish on the end of my thumbnail because then it's like a little artist palette. But I am fully aware that my tree is not particularly good. It's the best I can do. I have a feeling my 7-year-old could probably do better. Anyway, once I've put the gel polish down, I'll then cure it for 30 seconds. Actually, I think I cured it for 45 because that's the auto set on the topper's lamp. And then I did actually use some of the topper's glitter top coat. This was a perfect chance to get it out and have a play, which I shall show you in a moment. I'm just going to sprinkle some of that brilliant white acrylic on there. Beautiful. And then I use my topper's lamp just to cure it. So you hold the button down for a few seconds and it comes on. And I'll brush off any excess. And there is my tree. Yay, me. So I'm going in with the topper's... Oh my goodness, which one is it? Hang on a second. It's Top Caress, so it's got the fine icy silvery pieces in. So I'm using that, and I'm basically, so my hand will move in a minute, I was at an awkward angle. I'm basically just going over where the snow is with the top coat so that it glistens, it's got texture to it, and because the glitter is nice and fine, it just gives that sparkle. You know, like the snow sparkles when the light shines on it in the evening? It's like that. It's perfect. And because it's already a top coat, it just made it really easy to apply and very quick, just to add that tiny bit of sparkle. I didn't want to add like loads of glitter to it because it would be too much. So it was just right. I'm doing the same on the tree, obviously, because that's going to be icy, snowy, sparkly. I think my dog's just about to sneeze. Are you going to sneeze? No, he's just looking at me like I'm crazy. So I'll cure that in my topper's lamp, and then I'm just going to go with the white gel polish and do a little star, like a guiding star with the 4 points. So I lay the dot down and then I just drag the dot out. That's the easiest way to do those kind of stars. And then I'm just going to use my dotting tool to add some big and little snowdrops, like snow's falling. All around us, children playing, having fun. Sorry. It's that time of year where you can't actually say certain sentences without bursting into song. Okay, Once I've done that, I'm just going to add some of the crystal resin from Diamond Nail Supplies and go in with a tiny little opal crystal from Smiley's Glitter Store. Teeny tiny one. I like this crystal resin because it gives you a little bit of extra time just to nudge things about, but it really sticks those stones down. So here we are. This is the finished item. Now my lighting didn't catch it very well actually. I'm a bit sad. But I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.